All right, we are soldering PEX connections to this Worsbo PEX tubing to a hot water heater, solar hot water heater. All right, so let's test it. It's not quite hot enough. Okay, should be getting hot enough here in just a minute. Getting close. Okay. All right, that should be good enough for the first one. All right. Okay, who's in the chat? Anybody here yet? No one's in the chat yet. We're getting ready to start this next solder. Okay, I'm gonna lift this off of here. Okay. Now we're going to take some flux. Flux is allows for the it gives it a surface, a surface for the it allows the solder to flow. Okay. This is the wrong stuff. Is it? This isn't going to work.
What?
This flux is the wrong flux. It's not going to work. On this way. Okay, we are getting the flux put on this.
Hey Ken, there's no solder in there.
I had two types of flux, so I'm going to test this here, and if it doesn't take, then that means we've got the wrong solder. We've got lead base, and I need lead free, and I'm concerned that the flux I'm using is not lead free, which isn't going to allow for this to take the solder. So you can pull it apart.
It's too hot.
Another. No, get a vice grips, channel locks. All right. So we're getting ready to check because I'm concerned that the flux we're using is the wrong flux. And so if you're using lead solder, you want lead-free flux. Okay. And I've got this container here I'm using. And I'm afraid it's not lead-free. Okay. This one's about empty. Well,
I've never saw a solder joint like that.
So we're gonna have to test this next solder job right here coming up, and let's see how it takes. All right, here we go. You're not on, are you?
Yeah.
Because really you don't want to be here. Okay, because you don't want a bunch of dead time. See what I'm saying? So I wouldn't. So we're going to heat this up and see if we see any solder down around the bottom edge of this fitting in this copper pipe. If it doesn't, then we have to pull it apart and get the right solder, nut solder, get the right flux, because we'll need a lead-free flux in order to do this, which means I'll have to cancel this live stream and redo it. Okay, let's touch over here. Okay, it's not quite. There we go. Let's see what happens. Okay. It looks like it's taking it in. All right, that should be plenty. That's the right flux. That should be rolling out the back side of this. Let's see. Where's the other one? Because it looks like it's taking it, but I see very little on this back side. Okay, there's our proof. Okay, it took it. Now we're going to have to clean this. I'm not sure who's here, but thanks for being here. All right, so now we got to clean this. And I'm just going to take this sandpaper here and go around it and clean this up.
I'm not recording.
Huh?
Then I'm not recording.
Okay, well, I have what? Okay, but I'm live, unfortunately. So, for Joe MacGyver, I'm over here at Joe MacGyver's house. This is his project, and hooking up this solar panel hot water. Well, hot water heater is going to be powered by solar panels, because if it's hooked up to his battery bank, it draws too much of the voltage from the batteries, and so it'll keep his batteries drained. So how you prevent that with these solar hot water heaters is you hook the solar hot water heater up straight to the solar panels, so it charges direct during the sun, and it keeps your water hot. And sorry to keep this out of the viewer. This is hot and awkward. Okay, got that cleaned. All right, so we're just gonna stick this on here. All right, now the copper, this copper piece fitting.
That's pretty good.
All right, we're gonna clean it up a bit and get this ready to be soldered back together and get it going, get it together. All right. As I'm being dropsy or whatever you want to call it. All right.
That hot?
That's just slightly warm. But I don't want to smash it. See, I want it to just barely hold it without smashing it. But really, I can hold this, so there's no sense in doing that. All right. 2 in the chat, thanks for being here. All right, so we're gonna clean this out.
Long in. Long in.
Okay, we went everything cleaned.
Remember the slit? It's going to go over the top of that.
Okay. Just getting this cleaned out. Now the other thing I can do here, I can pinch this with this. Okay, then stick this in here. And clean it that way. It's probably a little more efficient for the situation. for this application. All right, that's looking pretty good in there. All right, whoever's here, I appreciate you being here. I can kind of look inside the chat in the phone just ever so often here as I'm getting started, as I'm doing this. Okay, now let's take this. We'll make a funnel. Okay, we'll make like a cone here. All right, make like this cone. Just in here, spread it out, put your finger in there, and go this way. All right. Looking pretty good. All right, cleaned up. Do timed out. I don't see anyone in the chat. Thanks for the thumbs up. Okay. Now, get some flux on this. All right. Get some flux down in here. The flux is really stiff. It's cold. It's not too cold, but it's cold enough. It's stiff. Where's that piece? And got it right here. All right. Get this going. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. What I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Put this in here, spin it. I may have to heat this up and melt that out of there, it looks like. Yeah, it would have been a good fit. That would have been a perfect connection right there. Okay. Now I got to heat this up. Well, let's see. I'd probably be better off if I clean this off. That'll be a little easier to do. All right. This is not what you want to do. This is really not, this is not the way you want to go about doing this, that's for sure. But we had to find out if it was the right flux. So the end result of finding out if it was the right flux, we kind of were in a situation to where we had to test it. And we found out that it would have been a perfect solder joint.
Clean it again.
As an end result. We hold on to this. Okay, I gotta sand this. Got to get this sanded off. Because the solder is interfering with going back in to the fitting. So we're having to solder this off here, solder it off, sand it off after you get it hot. Okay, that's really hot. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am sanding this as I'm trying to find it. There we are. Okay, so we are getting this sanded here. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being here in the chat. Thanks for the thumbs up. Okay. I want to take this and wrap this around it. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's kind of difficult. All right. Starting to clean up. All right.
I think you bent it.
No. It's just tight. It's just tight.
That's cold.
No, but you can't do that. I got to put more flux on it. But it's going. All right. So we know the sanding is definitely.
I can take this off real quick.
Okay. Let's take it off real quick. All right. Follow. We're gonna go do this a quick and easy way. We're gonna work smarter, not harder. And I'm gonna turn this phone around so I can see who's in the chat. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm not sure who's in the chat. I think who's ever here, for being here, for hanging out. And here's the clouds. People that are into the clouds. How cool is that? Okay, we're heading to the, is that Mike? My Car Ranger, thank you, bro, for being here. Reviewing, playing, and more. Thanks for being here. All right. As we are walking down to the shop. There's the clouds. All right. All right. How cool is this? It's going to be dark, you guys. It's going to get somewhat dark. All right, we got this on this motor. And John MacGyver's got a file on it as it spins. Quick and easy, quick and easy.
Immediate work.
Here we go. There it is. Quick and easy. And it's just on the motor. Let me zoom out.
Grinder.
On a grinder, I'm sorry. Napa man. Anyway, just put it on the end over here of his motor, of his grinder motor to do that, okay? All right, so let's go on out of here. And
here. I'll show you.
Okay, now we're going to take this piece and go get it soldered. This is for PEX piping, the Warsbow PEX. That's the expandable PEX, and we'll be putting that together when we're finished with getting it all soldered. Now we're customizing it. This is modifying, all right, because this fitting actually went to the crimp-on PEX, all right, but we needed it to fit in this adapter. All right, so Joe ground down the ribs on this so that it would fit inside the adapter here. So we're custom making this. All right. We're thinking outside the box and making it work. And it will work like a charm when we're through. But as we're walking, it's kind of a cool view right there of the clouds. And just thought I'd show. There's his wind turbines. All right. And there's the cloud shot. Some more cloud shots. All right, as we go up here to get this soldered. NP, man, I'm not sure what NP stands for, but thank you for being here. All right, now we're going to get set up now that we verified that this is what we want it to be. All right, you know, this is just a piece of concrete, a rock, and a bolt. Okay, that I'm using to put this on just to hold it in place while I solder. Okay. So when you're using solder-free solder, or lead-free, I'm sorry, solder-free solder, lead-free solder, you want a lead-free flux. Okay. And I'm using MAP gas. MAP gas burns hotter and melts it so that it takes the solder faster. Okay. And that's the purpose of the MAP gas. It works faster. And when I put this in here, okay, I'm spinning it so it gets a nice coat on both pieces. Nice connection. All right, and the flux pulls the solder in between the joint. Okay, it makes it viscous, makes it slick, so that it gives the flux something to travel on, and it draws it in too. Somebody else might be able to explain that a little better, but I think that pretty much covers it. All right. And basically, if you have a 3/4 inch copper tube, you want about 3/4 of solder, about a 3/4 length of solder for a 3/4 diameter pipe, or whatever it is you're doing. Okay. We're testing it. Okay. It's getting about ready. Not quite. There we go. That's probably efficient right there. Bam. More than enough. All right. Now I'm going to take a peek on the inside. Oh, got to let that cool down. Didn't want that.
What? You dripped off?
No, it came off. It started to slide out. Yes, and that looks good. All right. Next. Okay, we've got this again.
This? Yeah. And then you got that last end of...
Hold on, this no. Oh, all right. Again, now we are making this work. Okay. We're taking this. This is a crimped. This is a crimped PEX tubing, and this is a Worsbro. All right. We're just using the threads. Is all we're doing. All right. It's only part of this that we're using. Other than this is going to be soldered into here. All right. So we're being creative, thinking outside the box, and that's got a nice snug fit. Okay. Good morning, good times outdoors. How's it going? And so we're making this fit. Okay, we're making our own pieces here, all right, for this solar hot water heater, which we'll be showing you as soon as we get this soldered up. All right, we're making this work. This is the crimp. This is the PEX, expandable PEX connection here. See the difference? All right, and this is going inside. All right, so get this in here. All right, I'm going to put some here all the way around. You might want to videotape this part of it. Okay. Now, this is the crimp PEX end, and this is the PEX Worsbro expandable PEX. And this, we are being creative, thinking outside the box, and we are putting this in here because the only part of this that we're using is the threads. Okay, Joe MacGyvered this, and it was his idea to do it this way. That's why he's the MacGyver. He's always MacGyvering. He's the man. All right. There we go. It's a good solid fit. I'm thinking it's not too tight for the solder to go in there. It's a little warm. Just a bit. All right. Let's get this. I'm going to heat this up kind of all over here. Get this, because this is thicker, much thicker. So I'm going to heat it up on this other side. All right. Get this side hot. Get this one going. Okay. And then I'll put the concentrated heat here on the other side. All right. Here we go. And the tip of the flame is the hardest part of the flame, for those that don't know. Can't always assume everybody knows. I'm going to crank this up a little more. Okay. The tip of your blue flame, the inner flame, is the hottest part of that flame. Okay, she's starting to smoke. Almost. She's getting close. It's grabbing a little bit more heat. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That should be plenty right there. Bam. Bam. Gonna rake off the drips at the bottom. You don't want to breathe the smoke, guys. That smoke is not something you want to be breathing. For those that don't know, that can cause cancer. All this stuff can cause cancer. So trying to be as careful as you can be.
I only got one more solder joint.
Okay, one more solder joint, guys. Just one more. Bear with us. Okay. Let's see if I can pick it up. Joke. Psych.
Like me grabbing those pieces of rebar after using cutting torch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Joe really did grab it one day. He was so busy, he wasn't thinking. Talk about frying your hand.
Talking about screaming like a little girl.
Talking about hollering. Yeah. Yeah. Doing the dance. Doing the dance.
What?
All right, now this is the piece we soldered up first. All right, now we're going to put it in here because we are making our pieces. Joe is totally MacGyvered this, and it's going to work like it was made to work this way. All right, now we just got to clean this off a bit. I always want everything clean. That's still good warm, actually. It's not too hot, but it's warm. Can't squeeze too hard here. Whew, it's getting a little hot. Hot tamale.
What?
Bang, bang. Oh, wood choppers. Okay, getting that cleaned up, just about ready. Sorry guys for all this time. Now, when you hook up your solar hot water heater, Joe MacGyver saying you want to do that in parallel. Parallel gives you the maximum amount of amps to do the job. Otherwise, series, it limits you. You have less amps. Okay. This solar stuff is Joe's thing. I know very little. I know some, but not hardly anything.
I had to learn from trial and error, Ken. Okay,
so Joe's learned from trial and error. He's been around some guys that were gracious enough to explain it and get him started. And Joe does good.
On the second Tuesday of next week.
Second Tuesday of next week. All right. I need a rag. Shirt tail always works in a pinch.
Oh, I got a rag in there.
Oh, too late. Shirt tail works in a pinch. All right. You remember growing up that sang the song "Stranded on the Toilet Bowl." To prove you're a man, you must wipe it with your hand. Stranded on the
It's on
toilet
the
bowl. Things you remember from childhood, huh? As a kid, he thought it was cool singing that. You can laugh with me. You can even laugh at me. I don't care. He's trying to kill some time here while I'm sitting here getting this ready. Then there was something about a corn cob or something. That goes back to the day for real. You guys can laugh. It's all good. All right. There we go. Will it stay or will it go now? Will it stay or will it go? Now, like I was saying, if your pipe's 3/4 of an inch, basically all you need is 3/4 of an inch of your solder. For those that are not sure how much to use, now you can use a little more, and I just did on the other one. And you saw that I had the drippage on the bottom. I think you could see that. That was the excess running out. So you figure if it's a 1/2 inch in diameter, you just need a 1/2 inch of solder. If it's a 3/4 inch in diameter, basically you need 3/4 inch of solder. And you can add a little more just for GP. All right. That's not something you always hear. A lot of guys don't ever mention how much solder. They just say, you just see them do it, and there's no calculations of how much. And if you're wanting to know, you know, you don't have enough experience and you don't know. So for those that don't know, have wondered, that's basically the rule of thumb. It's the surface area you're covering. There we go. All right, so I probably have enough right there. Look for safekeeping, and then on the bottom, I don't know if you can see it, but it just dripped. All right. And now I'm holding my breath. I'm not breathing while I'm sitting here talking. 8 in the chat. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's a hot tamale.
Still hot.
Still hot. All right. While we're waiting for that to cool, this is one. This three turbine wing turbine's not spinning. The six bladed turbine is spinning with very little wind, while the 3-bladed's not turning at all. And that's the difference between your 3-blade and your 6-blade. This is producing under very little wind, and this one is just barely starting to adjust while we're waiting for this fitting to cool down so we can pick it up and work with it. All right. Okay, it's slowing down. You can hear it fade sound. While this one's still not moving, this one's still turning. 6-bladed versus 3-bladed. How many watts and volts does that put out, Joe?
Watts is 800 watts, 24 volt.
Okay, and this 3-bladed?
It's 400 watts, 24 volts.
All right, 400 watts?
Yep.
And the other one?
800.
800.
I picked the 800 over the 400 any day.
Okay, there's from the horse's mouth. Now look, this one's spinning. You can hear it. This one's still not turning. Look, that one's, listen. And this one's still not turning. This does turn. It works, but that takes far less wind to turn.
That takes 15 mile an hour wind. Well, it's 5 to 15 mile an hour winds. It takes to sometimes start up. That takes 2.
This takes 2 miles an hour of wind. It will turn it at 2 miles an hour. And here you see the difference. This takes 15 mile an hour winds to turn it. Okay. 2 miles an hour winds will turn it, obviously. And 15 mile an hour winds. And you can see the limbs on this tree barely move. I mean, just ever so slightly they're moving. All right. Barely. And that's still spinning. All right. Okay, let's test this and see if it's cooled down. Thank you, everybody, for sticking it out. That's still a little too hot to touch. Just a tad. But while we're waiting, let's show you this little hot water system. I'm dying. My battery's dying. All right. This is for the Brass PEX. All right. Is this ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. So where's the box? We're gonna do this. We're gonna get the tool here. This is a Brass expandable PEX tool. All right. Let's get a clear shot. There we go. All right. It comes with 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1 inch. And then your charger. All right. These are the batteries. These also go in the drills, the new ones. All right. Now, we need the fittings. We're going to use this. Goes over the end of your PEX. These fittings right here. All right. Grab the tube. Okay. And I'm going to have to unzoom this thing. It's zoomed in. It's not wanting to unzoom. Sorry about the zoom, guys. It's cold and this screen's cracked. And there we go. Now it's in zoom. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. What's new? You in the solid wild weather? Yeah, a little bit. All right. Well, here we're gonna have to sit this down. We gotta cut this. All right. Sorry for. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So. What can go wrong will go wrong, right? Seems to be the rule of thumb. To be nice and straight. Okay, I'm catching the no. We got to cut it from the underside. All right. Now let's get this end on there. Okay, now we're putting this is the end. All right. And that's nice and straight. Okay. This goes on. You've got a little lip here at the top. It keeps it from pushing all the way through. So you push this in until it bottoms out. It's bottomed out. Okay. Now, we're going to take the expanding tool, this electric battery powered expanding tool. I'm going to put it just inside the opening. And these are going to open up. Watch how this works. So this opens and closes. It expands the pipe. And the pipe automatically will close back up and cinch itself down. Okay, you take this all the way in. Right there. Now we slip this over the top. Okay, Joe's going to hold that there over the top. Okay, and that will all shrink down. There's a memory in this plastic. Hold it down. And it'll slowly closes back up and we'll bite down on that and we'll be sealed up. Okay. Now on this hot water heater, we've got the cold water coming in from the tank. All right, it's coming from this tank. All right. Coming in here on the cold water side, going out on the hot water side.
Well, it comes in from right here. Goes in from the pump, then goes up and then over to the tank.
Well, there's the pump down there. Let's see, there's the pump. Now you can see it. All right, and the water's coming in, coming out through the top there at the regulator and through and follows it around, comes up. This is going to go in and come around and go down and over to the trailer. All right.
All right, we're done here.
All right, so we're done here. We're going to the next. Over here to the other side. Did you get everything? Okay, this is good here. That's still slightly warm. Slightly warm. Okay. Joe MacGyvered this. Good job. Okay, let's take a look here. See? You can hear that humming, and this isn't turning. All right. That whistle's coming from the turbine. All right, so here we go. And we are connecting this. This is the, and so this, we're just going to, these are shark bites. We're just going to put the PEX tubing down over the shark bite. Cameraman's falling.
Can't get up.
Can't, okay, and he's just screwing that in. See, that was the purpose of making that fitting there, so that the PEX will connect right to that and go right into the shower.
Where's the other one at? Yeah.
Okay, see, there we go, up close and personal. All right, that's why we made that right there. That's why we call Joe MacGyver, because he is MacGyvering. All right, Joe's also recording this, bits of it anyway. All right, now. Okay, Joe's just took this part we made and got this connected. This will be coming in from here. All right. Now, Joe's over here getting this getting plumber's tape on his threads. Okay. All right. Don't make things. If you loosen that,
It is loosened.
that bracket. That
This bracket?
No, that, yeah.
It's not going to move because it's 2x4.
Well, it'll give you some play. Oh, sorry, guys. I've got two phones going. Joe MacGyver. Easy 2 tips and tricks, etc., etc. Should I say ECT? ECT. We'll be hooking up this Warsbow PEX. My battery may die. I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to last. All right. Bam. And here we are. This is the solar hot water heater. And bam. All right. Now, not down blocks. These are the hold down blocks I made. Now here's the hold down blocks. I just screwed down through them and sunk screws right down through the center, which you can see. Hold down blocks. Why? Because it's holding down the hold down block. And here's another one. All right. Hold down block. Screws going down through it, pre-drilled. All right. Hold down blocks. There you go. All right, now let's get back over here. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate your time, you hanging out. This one's still not moving while that one's turning. That's the way you want to go. Okay. Bill's getting this pipe set up here. All right. Whoops. Not funny. not funny. BA shot in your face. Sorry, guys. Everybody. Big mistake. Sorry about that. I can't edit it out of mine. Unfortunately. All right, Joe's pulling this PEX tubing out of here. This, okay, want me to walk? Here, let me walk this back.
No, because we're not going to use all this.
I know, so let me walk it back. Let me get out of your way.
We got to make this and have enough.
All right, so we got this. Hula hoops, everybody. Look, hula hoops. Remember hula hoops? I've been tempted to make a hula hoop out of this.
I'll cut it right there.
Because you could. All right. Let me go get that saw. My battery is going to die here. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. But it's going to end up dying. Where is that? Saw. Where'd you put that saw? But you'll be able to watch the rest of this video on Joe MacGyver's channel. Joe MacGyver's phone channel. Where's the saw? I don't see it. It's hidden. Oh yeah, it was hidden because it was over here. Look at that. Proof's in the pudding.
All right, cut it right here.
All right. I need this here. I just need to just, yeah, like that. There you go. See how trusting Joe is? Actually, I got to keep it straight. Not easy, guys. I got to change hands. Literally. All right. Now, as I was saying, Joe you will see the finish of how this ends up on Joe MacGyver's channel. So that's with the G, Y, okay? G-Y-V-E-R, Joe MacGyver. See, look, this is the real deal, guys. This isn't trick photography. This is real deal. All right, here, just open it, just bend it back just a little bit, just a little resistance.